I mean, it must be just trying to enable Honku on something funky, right? Like, he's the last pick here to see what you can pick up. But BDD, Zoe!
I think it might be time to go to sleep for CFO.
I was going to say, if you want to play against your icon and he picks at the Zoe, Honku, what have you got? You've been watching this man for years, and now it's his signature pick that you have to find a win over.
This is just the GOAT Zoe, and there's so much poke. I will say, consistent damage, very low for the KT side. Your damage is Ziggs and Zoe, right? Yeah, there is the Viego, but Viego is not going to work through a tank or anything like that. So it is interesting, it is comfort, but it is also not the most easy comp to pilot.
Yeah.
That being said, if you are first to the objective as KT, trying to walk in through Ziggs poke and Zoe poke is going to be an absolute nightmare. And CFO at the end of the day kind of just went with like a couple meatballs and some scaling carries, and they're going pretty standard here.
That mid-jungle that we hyped up so much coming into today has been under constant threat from KT.
Really has, and they're going to try to put some pressure on this top side. Rest has the prio. Perfect is up here. You can see BDD is moving, though. He's already heading up here, so Perfect just has to delay.
Got to kill him quickly. Ginger!
Oh,
he looks for the Ishtar's impact, but he flashes over Perfect, who flashes away. BDD has the Sleepy Trouble bubble, and Ginger is going to take a little nap underneath the tower. No one tanking it. The paddle star going wide. Still damage onto Ginger. He's able to walk his way away. In the end, an exchange of summoners.
Doggo going to have to back off, which means you're going to be losing some more minions.
Sleepy Trouble bubble down. Peter looking for the headbutt pulverize. Spectral Maw coming out as well will land the stun, but only onto Honku. Kaiwing flashed away there on the Bard.
I respect it. He's like, we're winning a little bit too hard, buddy. The ward.
Well, Kaiwing has to kill the ward, so he's delayed at getting to the mid lane. Honku has to flash away with Peter, but collapsing. Kuz has started up the grubs and picked up one of them so far.
So potentially going to TP up to this fight. This is risky for a CFO.
Sleep onto Honku. BDD doesn't have a huge amount of mana. Grubs begun again by Kuz. The flash! Headbutt pulverize! Oh, Peter, take a medal, take a prize, impaled under the tower, but he takes the enemy mid laner down with him. Rest trying to come in from the side. He's going to get slept as well. A perfect nap for KT to collapse as Dokdam takes the kill. Kaiwing chased out, make it 3. KT secure the feats of warfare.
Does lose his life, but Dokdam is there. They have the extra member. They get the feats of warfare, and Honku's just caught snoozing. He is taken down from long range. He was shopping.
The first items are coming through very quickly for KT.
Yeah, it is really looking tough already as Kaiwing gonna get spotted and Peter's looking.
The sleep again. Honku's gonna have nightmares. Collapse from KT. And BDD claims his second.
You have this Ziggs that was picked as an answer to this Caitlyn, and it has been just excelling throughout the entire game.
And we've talked about it so often for CFO. If Junja and Honku can be on the same page, they can do work, but KD have shut them down perfectly. Dokdam flashes away, the headshot's not enough! The Peacemaker doesn't find its mark. Junja flashes finally! Finds the shutdown. Kuz now on the back foot. Ults away with that Heartbreaker. A magical journey for Junja onto Peter, but a double blast cone will get them to safety. As Junja might try and collapse on BDD. Ishtar's impact in, catches Peter, slams him into the wall. The rest of CFO trying to collapse, but there's the trample stun, a good impale through the wall. Kuz able to flash away, asleep onto that Skarner. Paddle Star just short of connecting. Spiraling despair on BDD, Peter falling low. Honku finds the kill, BDD still dashing forward with the portal, jumps in the end. CFO will back away with 2. Has been the face of this league for so many years. As KT begin to push in top, the impale from Junja will catch up Peter, pops the Unbreakable Will, already down to half HP, Spiraling Despair is going to go back into the rest of the team. Kuz getting slowed by it as well, but the Severing Bolt not enough to kill off the cow. KT set up vision around the Drake, will be soul point for them, and an Infernal Soul with Ziggs and Zoe is not something you want to give over easily. Already down to 4k. Peter acting as a bouncer, Rest trying to get in, Ginger going forward as well, but a good pulverize from Peter. The Drake stopped with a Temper Fate, the Sleepy Trouble Bubble not going to hit on Doggo. The smite from Ginger finds it, and Impale as well. Spiraling Despair for KT is perfect. Forced to flash away, CFO find the fight, find 2. Rest dies onto the backline, gets the double knock up, Ginger still looking for the chase. A Satchel charge out into the flash, edge of Ishtar won't go any further with that Ishtar's impact. An ace in the hole won't be enough, but Rest still on the chase onto BDD. Forces him back underneath his tower.
KT's poke is exceptional.
Look at Rest.
No poke lands, and Rest want to keep this going.
He slept. Satchel Charge's going to knock him back. Decimating Smash there as well. Rest used the tunnel. He flashes back in! And Rest just slices them where they stand. He'll pay for it with his life. In the end, CFO turn their eyes towards the Herald.
Exactly. They're going to be able to use that pressure to go over towards the Herald. I mean, this is the other side of this style of composition.
That's where they are so terrifying. And ideally, KT don't let them get into that position. But by over-grouping at the Dragon, they open up everything for CFO. And it's just maybe give CFO that hope. Control the area, control the objectives, but Doggo...
Onslaught, Doggo has the flash and has to use it. Gets himself to safety. KT's still looking for a little bit more.
And there's not any like point and click. You're not paired with a Syndra, an Annie, an Ahri, anything like that. So it's, again, it's just everything is, does your poke click.
Oh my god! Oh my god, the Mega Inferno Bomb of Doom, and Junja overstepping Peter with a great double pulverize onto the backline, and everything hits this time. Rest tries to dive in, but is put to sleep, and all he'll see are nightmares of KT. A triple in the end for Dogdam, another sleep landing, and the chase comes out from Perfect and from Dogdam! Hongchu is not done yet. Castle chasing down a heartbreaker, a stake through the heart of CFO as KT win out the fight.
Into the Mega Inferno Bomb, into the Paddle Star, everything timed perfectly there. We're going to call it the Mega Inferno Bubble. That was looking clean. And with him gone already, BDD, he's looking like he's got an aimbot. He's just point and click.
Peter caught with a Tempered Fate. And that cow might be going golden, but he is going to get skewered by CFO. The Otacon next. TP's coming out as CFO try to up the tempo. TP out from Perfect as well as KT are going to call for a fight of their own.
You've got to wait for BDD. This wall could be devastating, but he's so far away. The ultimates are flying, but Otacon is going down.
Honky already down to half HP. Perfect with the Decimating Smash doesn't land it. The Otacon should be secured here for CFO. They get it. The sleep lands, but only onto Rest. Will KT continue to chase, or will they accept that this fight is not for them?
Fantastic play from CFO. They get the pick and they just force their hand, immediately start the Otacon, rush it down. Don't allow KT to get set up. KT's comp is so weak when they're late to the fight.
And this is the scrappiness we were talking about for CFO. They don't want to give up the area. Dragon's there.
Oh, the damage onto Honky, spiraling despair though, into the net! And down goes BDD. Kaz on the backline gets the reset. He possesses that way, and the chase continues. Dives across the wall. Spectral Maw doesn't get the stun. Junja trying to retreat. Dogdam looking for that satchel. Another stun's going to land. And Rest has the flank. Dogger's there as well. Junja falls. And now the Skarner taken away by Kaz. Rest trying to get in, locked against the wall. And Kaiwing and Doggo leave him for the KT Wolves. They'll get the kills. They'll clean it out. And will they turn their eyes towards the Drake? They'll do that and take mid.
But Kaz is such a problem. We talk about the lack of consistent damage. Doesn't feel like they have that anymore.
Honkyu's the timing! Decimating Smash against the knockup. They don't kill the tower. Mega Inferno will go down as well as Honkyu takes a drive to his demise, and now KT can look for more. BDD with a paddle star doesn't quite clip Junja. CFO back away.
First ever World Semifinals. BDD the only player on the team to ever make World Semis, and they're looking for a pick on Rest.
Just trying to tunnel away, but Peter uses the minion line to try and get himself towards it. There's the knockup, there's the trample, there's the drowsy, and there's Rest. Sent to a coffin. The CFO will use this time to push in the mid lane though, take a tower of their own, can chase forward a little bit further. They do have a cannon minion here, acing the hole onto Dogdam. Now they retreat because KT are collapsing.
But you still have BDD pushing to that bottom side, so CFO, they're not able to get the tier 2. It would be BDD who's able to pick up that objective, but CFO
Flash from Junja, Impale doesn't connect, but the damage onto Kaz will stick. Meanwhile on the backline, Doggo has to retreat. Kaiwing doing the same, Perfect still just standing as a meat wall in front of CFO. Junja's gonna fall first, BDD gets Honkyu, and now KT can smell their victory.
BDD arrives and CFO dies. The Baron is next on the table here. They are crushing this fight. CFO got picked off in the side lane, tried to force their hand, but KT make the collapse happen.
Doesn't connect, and then Kaz can rejoin the fight. It's just been sublime from him every game.
I mean, he's absolutely smurfing. That Ziggs ult.
Rest is in the top lane, pushing in for that tier 2. Does have the teleport and will use it. The Drake down to 9,000. BDD looking to see if he can find a sleepy trouble bubble. Lands it onto Rest. He can't join the fight. Tempered Fate on the backline. Paddle Star just short. Dragon down to 4k as KT look for the soul and knock back onto Junja. And again, it's Peter, who keeps the enemy jungler at bay. Rats dives in, but the rest of his team are distracted by the cow. Now they chase in with an unstoppable onslaught, and if that's not a name for how KT have played this series, I don't know what is. Unstoppable from KT as they march down CFO and look for the semis.
No one expected KC to be one of the teams that could push themselves forward, but at semi-finals in their eyes, their curses may be damned in this position.
For the first time ever, KT looked ahead to the World Semifinals.
And with only Kaiwing left to watch, CFO will be eliminated. A valiant stand from them. A valiant stand for the LCP, but today is KT's day. Kaiwing can do nothing but watch as KT take the Nexus towers. The Nexus next, the KT coaster keeps on climbing. For the first time in history, KT are going to semis.
And what an incredible run it has been for KT. Make it 7 wins in a row at Worlds 2025. Yet to drop a game. They have been on fire. And who'd have thought Peter would be the one stepping up so much in a series like this?
His first time at Worlds, his first time outside of South Korea, and Peter is carrying KT alongside members like BDD. What an impeccable performance from the support player, and what a moment for KT fans around the world. Semi-finals for this roster, and now the question is, what is the limit for them?
And for CFO, a moment of contemplation as they see KT take their bow. They can be proud of what they've done, making it to the quarterfinals, taking victories against T1, managing to pick up wins, showing that the LCP can challenge on the global stage again for the first time in 10 years. All those 5 players and Driver alongside them deserve your respect. What a performance overall from CFO.